Rai Music, oggi sono qui con un personaggio davvero speciale, ne sono molto contenta perché sono qui con Mika. Hi Mika!
Hey, ciao.
Ciao, welcome back in Italy.
Thank you very much.
You really love our country. You're always here.
Because the thing is, I've performed a lot in Milan, and I did a little bit of a tiny tour on the first album, but I hardly ever get to play outside Milan. So to me, it's really important, to play in Rome today, and then I'm playing Udine, and then to come back in August and play. We're doing a bunch of shows, Sardinia and Cattolica. So
Have you ever been in Italy outside Milan before for your pleasure? I mean,
for fun. I mean, we always used to spend our summers in the south of France, so we always used to go to this tiny place called Bordighera. And and I love Sardinia, Bordighera. I also kind of spend a lot of time whenever I can. I love this running away to this place called Elba. And all the area around there in Italy, and it's great. But I'm actually, the show in Sardinia is on the 17th, and my birthday is on the 18th. So I'm going to spend it in Italy.
27. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Because the thing is, you could be 20, you can be 25, yes. And at 25 it's okay.
Be aware of what you're saying, okay?
As soon as you're 27, you're like a grown up.
I'm 28, so I can understand you. Thank you, Mika.
It's good. It's good.
I feel fine.
I mean, we have such problems.
Yes. So what problems do you have?
Oh my God, where do I start?
Now, let's start from this moment. Is a wonderful moment for you. Very busy, I think. I mean, you're here with your tour. And then you've been busy with Kikas.
We've been on tour for now about, we've played, I think in the past 9 weeks, we've played to about 450,000 people in 9 weeks.
450,000.
It's around over 500,000 now, because we just did some big festivals. So it's incredible amount of people that we've been touring to. But I've also made the song for this movie, and the song's called Kick-Ass, and I did that with Red One. And at the same time, it's good. I can't complain. Every day we're in a different place, and every day we're doing concerts in different places.
So how is this tour? Tell us something so we can expect some.
Okay, the best way to describe the tour, it's like a crazy carnival. It's like a dark party. If the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland decided to throw a party, this is what it would be like. So it's kind of like, it's very happy, but at the same time it's quite twisted. So, so we get a lot of we get every type of person coming to our show, from 28, like you.
That's why I'm here.
To 40-year-olds to kids. It's just it's a very mad experience. I would like people to come into my world for 2 hours so that they lose themselves in my world.
It's a very colored world. I've seen a lot of costumes over there, and your mother is there preparing everything, because it's like a family enterprise.
It's a family business. The reason why is because when we started, we had no money to do anything. So we had no money to buy costumes. We had no money to buy artwork or photographs. So we used to make everything ourselves. So my sister would paint things. My mother would make clothes. My other sister would make us set, scenic things to put on the stage. And once we started doing well, we were like, okay, well, why are we going to hire new people? Let's just do it ourselves. Let's keep on going. So it's like a family circus. We are like a circus.
I've seen lots of sunflowers behind the scenes.
There's a lot of sunflowers, yeah. The whole stage is based on the Mexican Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos in Mexico. And the reason why I like that is because it's quite a macabre, dark event, but there's so much bright color, and there's so much kind of crazy euphoria around something so dark. And I think that it's very Tim Burton in a way, I guess, is a easy way to describe it.
It's great. And more or less, I was thinking about the text, the lyrics of your songs that are full of opposite concepts and feelings. I mean, colors and darkness, happiness and sadness. And it's always like two words are not fighting, but living together to build a new one, a better one, probably.
I think so. I mean, I think it's kind of like, fighting is a good way to put it. The two worlds are fighting, the darkness and the more kind of sweet joy, happiness. And I think it's because it's a way of me of taking people's defenses away, of disarming people, so that they get into it, they're singing along, they're smiling, and then they realize what the song's about, and they're like, wait a minute, I would never have I've listened to a story like that, or I don't agree with that, but actually maybe I see some reason in that story, or it's a way of tricking people into listening to the stories that you want them to hear.
You have different steps of interpretation, probably.
Exactly. If you're 6 years old, you're going to understand that it's kind of fun and dancey, and then if you're, older and you read the text, you realize, oh, actually, this is a lot, more deceptively dark, or this is about, a kid who wants to kill himself. But the 6-year-old's going, oh, this is great. Or there's a song, about a prostitute in Miami and not being able, she's coming to the end of her career and she's having a really hard time. And that kind of is, hidden in a song like Love Today. So, but if you're 10 years old, you're just going to think it's fun,
It's like life interpretation. At the end of the story.
I guess so. It's
You're
like
6, everything is fine.
Yeah, it's exactly. But it's a way of making yourself deal with all the things that are happening in your life too.
Are you self-confident today?
Am I confident today? I am not very. I'm confident on stage, and I'm confident in my music.
And in your life, as a person?
I'm like a mouse. I'm like a crazy mouse. Yeah. A mouse on some very twisted drugs.
And you are still very much into cartoons. We were talking about Kick-Ass, and it's taken from a cartoon, from a comic.
Yeah. I like cartoons. I think people love to paint me as this kind of like Peter Pan who plays with toys in his bedroom and still works with his mom. Is that the truth? No, it's not the truth.
We have the Peter Pan syndrome. No, please, don't do like that. But Kick-Ass, for example, is the story of a young guy who wants to become a superhero, even though he doesn't have the power to become it.
This guy decides that he's going to become a superhero to solve all the problems in his city, but doesn't have anything special about him whatsoever. So he buys a scuba diving outfit, paints it with a few stripes, and goes out and gets completely beaten up by everybody he comes across and ends up in hospital about many times. And there's something really funny and pathetic about him, and that's why I like the movie, and that's what I wanted to write the song, because I thought that it was the first superhero movie that had no superhero powers in it whatsoever, and I thought that was really funny.
That's great. Have you ever been like that when you were a child? Maybe just think about being a superhero, or I know that maybe someone told me that you used to dress up like Astro Boy or Lucky Duke.
I had this absolute obsession that I was convinced that if I drank enough water, then I would be able to breathe underwater. And I used to sit there on holidays, like about at the age of 5 years old, like drinking so much water that I would be vomiting on the side because I would be convinced that if I could get in the pool, and I'd be able to breathe. Sadly, my superheroes never really came to fruition.
I just want to ask you if something is true that I read. I don't remember where, but is that true that you collect smells?
Yes.
How does it work?
You collect them in little tubes, in little jars. So if you come across something that you like the smell of, like a piece of furniture, you take a piece of it off and put it in a little jar. And then when you open up the jar, you get a little whiff of that smell, and that gives you kind of a memory of that place. Why?
Really?
Is that,
No, it's unbelievable.
We all do it, just I do it more kind of like consciously. I think we all collect smells in our brain. I do it physically.
You normally have a little jar with you?
No, I don't have it with me. Like I'll keep something, and I'll keep it and I'll bring it to my apartment or my house and store
For example, if you smell something you like here right now, what would you do?
If I smelled something that I like, I don't know. It depends what it would be. If it's like, it depends what it is. If it's a perfume, I'll find the perfume. Okay. If it's like a pencil, I'll keep the pencil. And then I'll put it in my thing. I have about 140 different little individual glass bottles. I know it sounds like I'm crazy. I sound like a serial killer or something.
Yes, like Suskin book. And the movie. Did you watch the movie or read the book?
No.
No, really? You have to. Suskin.
Oh, and that thing, perfume. Oh, right. Yeah. I'm not like that, honest.
Are you sure?
Oh, that's terrible. He makes perfume out of dead women's skin, doesn't
yes.
he? Oh.
Like that.
Man,
That's
hi, I'm Mika, and I'm a maniac.
Thank you, Mika, the maniac. Bye bye, see you in August.
Ciao.